Hello, I'm Nathan Young, and this is Celestial Horizons. We are a small team of creative individuals dedicated to making interesting science fiction content. We've experimented with a variety of storytelling styles and types of stories and scenarios and engagement patterns. We've made podcasts where people online could comment as if they were a part of the conversation happening. We built a string of choose-your-own-adventure videos. We built a podcast that had a council of Discord people that made and voted on different resolutions and acted as a governing body within the world of the story. Maybe you thought a moment ago while listening to me explain this,
hey, that sounds a little bit like LARPing.
Or a really complicated role-playing game.
and that would not be an inappropriate description. In reality, we were part-time game masters. So we said, well, hey, why don't we just make something out of that? We are massive TTRPG fans. Speaking only for myself, I have spent tens of thousands of hours playing TTRPGs. So we love that they bring us together, that they let us tell stories with each other. Honestly, some of the most moving stories I have ever experienced have come with a couple of friends and a handful of dice around a table at 11 o'clock on a Friday night. So we are very excited to present to you Voidfire. If you're watching this video, you probably saw our teaser trailer. Voidfire is a community-driven TTRPG. For those of you more familiar with the space, I would describe it as an MMOTTRPG, a massively multiplayer online-ish tabletop role-playing game. What adventures you have at your table will go on to shape the ongoing and developing canon of all of Celestial Horizons. Voidfire is designed to be different than certain mainline TTRPGs, I say as I look right at my Dungeons & Dragons books, but not unapproachable. We have designed Voidfire to be an easy step away from 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. So if that's all your table has ever played, many portions of it will be easy to pick up and understand. For those of you familiar with the space and interested how we're differentiating ourselves, instead of 1d20, we are using 2d10. All of our die have an exploding die mechanic. We call them crits. What that means is when you roll the die and the largest number comes up, on a 10-sided die, that'd be a 10, or a 6 on a 6-sided die. You get to pick up that die, roll it again, and add it to your total. In practice, this means that even the smallest, tiniest pistol can insta-kill even the most heavily armored, experienced enemy. Because of that, weapons will feel a lot more like they behave in the real world. Sure, you can take some shots if you get lucky, but if you're not, hope you took out that life insurance policy. This means that if you're not playing carefully, Voidfire will be a lot more lethal than you're probably used to in TTRPGs. But don't worry, there are many ways that the players will be able to shift the odds ever into their favor. There are no classes in Voidfire. Instead, you'll pick your features and traits from a progressive talent tree, allowing you to shape your character into whatever the campaign demands. These talents are not designed to make your character the end-all be-all of whatever they're specializing in. Rather, they're designed to give them unique new options and abilities to help the rest of their team. Just like in real life, while you may be incredible at what you do, you're not going to get super far unless you have other dedicated people around you. We wanted so no specialization is unfeasible or unuseful. So if you decide that you want to run a game for newspaper reporters who may never pick up a weapon, great, Voidfire will be a good system for that. Or if you decide that you want to build the solar system's most dangerous band of space marines, you could do that too. Voidfire will be an excellent way for you to sit wherever you want on the spectrum of blowing crap up or finding less violent solutions. Our internal playtests have been wonderful and so encouraging, and we are so excited for you to be able to get your hands on it. We'll give you an even better look at Voidfire with our how to play videos that we'll be putting out over the next few weeks as well. We are in the development of a first module. This will be a wonderful introduction for new people to both Voidfire and the story of Celestial Horizons. You'll be able to pick it up even if you've never seen or heard anything that we've ever done before. This module, this adventure, this operation, will put you in the heart of the ongoing action and give you the opportunity to shape how it's shaking out. This module, which does not have a name yet, will be available sometime this summer. It's designed for 1 mission director and 3 to 5 players, and will last about 2 to 4 sessions, depending on your group. If you have average session length sessions, I don't know your table, that's up to you. At the end of the module, your mission director will send us a form indicating how certain plot points shook out at your table, and as well as giving us a description of your crew and your table and what happened in your adventure as a whole. We will take all of that and use it to shape the next installment of our narrative. We are currently in production of a feature-length podcast. It will be between 40 and 70-ish minutes. It will be a self-contained, standalone story that also serves as a wonderful introduction to both the story of Celestial Horizons as a whole and to the module. You'll be able to send that to your players, have them listen to it on their way to work, and then they will be armed with a lot of knowledge and context for whatever is happening. Also, with the module, if your people don't have time to listen to our feature-length podcast, that will be totally fine too. The module and the podcast will be out a little bit later this summer. I wish to be very clear, Voidfire is in Alpha 0.1.1. It is incomplete in that it does not have all of the mechanics and features that we will be putting in the long run. It also has not been given the pizzazz of a fully well-polished release. It's mostly just the rules and how to run the game and play it itself. We are excited for you to try it and to give us feedback. This is an ongoing development process. Our development team is ready and eager for feedback from people who have given the game a shot. What do you like? What doesn't quite work well? Is something crazy unbalanced? Do you wish there were more space cats? Like, we want you to shape both Voidfire and the Celestial Horizons story. If you're interested in helping and wondering how you'll get your hands on it, the answer is you'll download it for free from celestialhorizons.io. The ugly, bare-bones version of 0.1.1 will be going out to Patreon supporters sometime within the next week. But in another couple of weeks, we will have a glorious, art-filled, well-formatted PDF version, which will be available for free on celestialhorizons.io. We will be just accepting feedback all throughout the rest of the module and podcast's development phases and for about 3 months after they release, and then preparing another update. We'll hit 0.2. whatever as we come out the opposite end of that. Then we'll put out another big update of the rules, release another podcast episode with the consequences of everyone's actions and involvement in the first module, and then also release a second module to continue the story for your characters right about where they left off. To wrap this video up, I've got 2 last bits of good news. Point number 1 is that we are currently building a digital tool to help you as you and your friends play Voidfire. This tool is a character sheet builder manager tool that will run in your browser. You'll be able to go to celestialhorizons.io, build and run and get shot, whatever you need to do with your characters as you go through. If any of you are software developers out there and your idea of a good time is building a digital tool for an indie TTRPG space thing, please reach out. Even though I have not talked to them about it, I am positive that James would love to have other people help them with everything that they're doing. Last and maybe least in the long run, as a special thank you to everyone who has stuck with us this far, to all of our Patreon supporters and the people who have given so much time and attention to our little project here. The Celestial Horizons original soundtrack, Volume 1, will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. The complete 13-track album will be releasing on Spotify, Apple Music, and a wide variety of other platforms sometime within the next week or 2. It depends on when they're done processing it. A special YouTube visualizer of each track will be releasing every Friday until the whole album is out. These tracks have been remixed, remastered, reorchestrated, and will hopefully make great additions to your soundtrack listening libraries. Or even better, no, light. And it's really overheating. That's cool. Or even better, part of your soundtrack for playing Voidfire. We hope you enjoy, and we look forward to releasing the music that we'll be making in the future. Can you see me? I can't even see it. I'm here by myself, so like, I'm just gonna guess. And here we go, look at that. Oh, my film professors would kill me. Just crop in so you can't see my arm right there. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for your time and your attention. We hope you'll follow us on all of the following places: Facebook, Instagram. We've got a cool Discord. If you've got questions, pop on in, rattle them off. We are happy and our whole team
Are on there all the time, ready and happy to answer and just chat.
Check out celestialhorizons.io for more information. If you are really passionate about what you hear today, consider donating on Patreon. Every dollar that we get going right back into this project so that we can get the tools we need and hire all of our artists that will be doing stuff for us. And if you're a patron right now, thank you for being willing to support us through these last few months of near radio silence, and we hope that you are pleased with what you've helped create. Thank you, and as you get ready to brave the void, good luck and Godspeed.